Hi everybody, this is Dave Kline for Raptor Adventures. In this episode, we're getting right to it. We went down to the waters around Assateague Island, hired a guide. His name is Seth. You'll get to meet him in a little bit. That's him right there in front of me, in search of bottom fish. And we, in particularly, were thinking maybe we'd catch some red or black drum or a tautog or maybe a flounder or a sheepshead. And after a little bit of jigging like this, we started finding the fish. Nice fight, really nice fight. Whoa, yeah, you probably would. Yeah, you probably will want to net him. Come on around, come and get him. I'll tell you what, there's no question about that. When he hit, it was like, yep. Okay, sweet.
Yeah. Can you pedal towards me?
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, no question about it. It was thump, bam, goodbye.
Yeah, that's exactly like the one I missed before.
I thought I was stuck on the bottom, to tell you the truth. Haven't not ever felt that fish before?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it looked like you.
That fish wanted to go straight to the bottom. Fat. It's a fat thing.
Yeah. That's definitely legal.
Nice. Yeah. Come on over. We'll get a picture of it. Good job. Thanks for putting me on that fish. That's my first sheep's head ever, man.
Awesome, man. My pleasure.
Yeah. And once we found them, the action continued, and man, are they fun fish to catch. That was a little tap and then a big hit. Holy cow. Come on. Tap, tap, wham. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Oh, that's another nice one. Boy, they're beautiful fish. Oh, man. Gorgeous. You open up. Okay, you're good.
All right, do you want to pedal to, are you keeping this one too?
Yeah, sure, if it's legal.
Yeah, you have a limit of 4.
Okay, limit of 4. All right. Heck yeah, we're going to eat those. I don't know how we'll eat them yet, but we'll eat them.
Yeah, they are one of the best eating fish around.
White meat?
Oh yeah, white meat. They just call them poor man's lobster just because they have a very sweet, mild flavor.
Okay. Yeah, they call a lot of fish poor man's lobster.
They do, it's very common, but I'd say this one's one of the more accurate.
We got that fish in and secured my fish clip and got reset, set the kayaks back up according to the way the drift was. Whoa. And bam, here we go again. Gentle tap and then,
Yeah, that's how the big ones hit.
Well, we knew he was there. Whoa! That fish dove and smashed the rod onto the camera. Camera overboard. Don't worry, I have it on a tether. All is well. Gentle tap and then.
Yeah, that's how the big ones hit.
Well, we knew he was there. Oh! Ow!
Oh! Oh! That's a nice one.
That was definitely the hardest.
Oh yeah, well, it's an 18.5 incher. That's a nice one.
Yeah, so that's the guy that was stealing the bait twice, I think.
Yep, that must be him.
All right. We'll show you all these fish later on. At that point, we had 3 keepers on the clip. And so we started looking for the 4th. And after a couple of taps and false hits and bait stealing, success was achieved. Hey. Whoa, nice.
On this side.
Okay, will do. Got him? All right.
Got him in there.
Good job, man.
There we go. It's a limit of sheepshead for Dave.
That's awesome.
Consider that just about mission accomplished.
I'd say that's a successful guide trip, considering I never caught the species before and get some great advice from the guide. This is why I always say in these videos, if you're watching, you know, and you think you want to go fishing, I mean, you can spend a lot of time and money and have a lot of frustration going out there trying to find this stuff on your own. And while there's no guarantees with a guide, no guide in his right mind would guarantee you, but guides know. They've been out, they know the techniques. They know the species, they know the water. They've pretty much heard and seen it all, so I always like to invest in a guide. Hey, this is a good one. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Hold that sucker up, can you? Yeah. Okay, let's catch our breath and meet our guide. Right, the first thing you're going to do is tell us your name and the name of your operation.
So I'm Seth Price with Assateague Kayak Fishing. This is my second year in operation here in Ocean City, Maryland.
Second year of operation, is this where you come from?
It's not, no. I'm from southern Delaware originally.
Okay, but a coast guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. What got you interested in kayak fishing?
Just something to do to get outside and get on the water and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a great thing, you know, even if you don't catch any fish. With these pedal kayaks, I always say you're getting some good exercise. You're out here in nature. And right now, I mean, there aren't any boats out here.
Oh yeah, we're the only people fishing this area. Have been the whole time we're out here, and we've been catching some quality fish, so you can't really beat that.
I mean, that is amazing. All of this water, everywhere you look, like behind you is to the south. And then, of course, right behind me is to the north. I don't see a single other sport or fishing vessel out here.
That's right.
It's different on the weekends though, right? I'm here on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, on the weekends we would definitely have some boats out here, but they wouldn't be targeting or catching the same fish we're after, most likely.
Okay, so tell us about that. What kind of trips do you run?
So I run bottom fishing charters like we're doing right now, targeting sheepshead, black drum, and tautog. I also do flounder, jigging, and we got some dolphins behind you. And I do flounder, jigging, and bottom fishing trips, and then I do some marsh trips as well.
Okay, I hear splashing behind me.
Yeah, there must be looks like some dolphins and a big ray or something.
Oh, that's great.
Quite the commotion.
That's awesome. Maybe they'll go past us here in a minute.
Oh no! Oh my! Wow! You should look at that. It's dolphins chasing like.
All right, let's go around and.
Quite the show.
What are they chasing?
I saw some thin, long bait fish airing out of the water.
Jumping out. Well, they're eating. Yeah, they're out there yet. Just watch. Watch there. You see it out the front? I know it's hard, but here we are here fishing with dolphins. Come on. Hey, will dolphins come up and try to take the fish off my stringer? Okay. Yeah, well, I'll get it. Holy cow, look at this. Personally, I think it's thrilling to be at water level in a kayak watching these big marine mammals do their thing. Okay, so you had a little dolphin interlude there.
Yeah, so
let's explain the marsh trip.
Right, but before I was interrupted, so yeah, I do the bottom fishing, the flounder, and the marsh trips. And so for the marsh, we pretty much go up into the shallow water and flats, and we'll look for striped bass, snapper bluefish, flounder, speckled trout, that sort of thing.
Okay, and how do they get in touch with you?
You can check out my website, slacktidekayakfishing.com, or you can email me at slacktidekayakfishing@gmail.com.
Perfect. I'm having a great day, and this is just the first day out of 2. I'm glad I booked 2. It's just as good as it gets, my friend. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you.
I'm going to take a time out right now to just talk a little bit about safety and taking care of yourself when you're out there. So when you're kayak fishing, you pretty much have to be self-sufficient. You have to have what you need for the length of time you're going to be out there. This particular trip, each day we were out there about 3.5 hours. So that's a lot of time. It was, you know, the end of July, very, very hot, very, very humid. So the first thing I'm going to tell you that you should always think about taking along is something like this. Some kind of thermos, some kind of cooler. I use these Yetis. Yes, they can be on the expensive side depending on your point of view, but they are well worth it. They've been used a lot by me out in the field, and I'm not being paid to tell you any of these things. These people don't know me from anybody, but I get this size, which I think is like between 32 and 36 ounces because it fits perfectly into an add-on kayak holder. It doesn't fit into the kayak holder that's molded into a lot of the kayaks because that's more like for a cup, but this white base will fit into one of those that you can put on your sliding rail. Of course, you want to have some kind of suntan lotion to protect yourself as a person who's now had several skin tags and precancerous and one cancerous spot taken off my body from decades of being out in the sun. I got to tell you, it all adds up. So don't be stupid about it. Make sure you're covering up parts that need to be covered up with suntan lotion and protection or something. Now, if you want the ultimate of protection, again, these people don't know me from anybody, but I'm going to tell you, I have used this stuff in swamps. I have used this in the Everglades. I have used it in places where you wouldn't normally walk through unless you wanted to go fishing there and happen to find a good spot. So this is Bullfrog SPF 50 Mosquito Coast, and what's nice about this is it's a combination sunscreen and insect repellent, and it repels for up to 8 hours, which is really, really fantastic. I had myself coated with this stuff for the second day of our trip, because if we're going in the salt marshes, I thought, well, I don't want to be feasted on by all the mosquitoes there, the legendary Assateague and Sheephead Island mosquitoes. So it's not inexpensive, but it is the best product I've ever found to keep the bugs off of you when you're out and about. And then, of course, you saw me wearing one of these, and you saw our guy wearing his own version. Everybody has their own version, but it's a hat that I like, this baseball style that has flaps. And then it also has a piece that goes around the front here. It can cover your face completely up. So people, when they see these videos, they ask me, why are you wearing that? Are you wearing that for bug protection? Only partially. What I'm really trying to do is protect my skin from being exposed to too much harmful UV and having skin cancer problems. So there's some of my essentials that I would suggest you take out if you're gonna spend a day out kayaking or kayak fishing. Let's look back on the Sheepshead for just a minute. Okay, so you don't want to get your fingers in this guy's mouth, right? See those teeth? They use those to crack up those crab's claws and crab shells and stuff. All right, we're gonna release him. We'll let him go right out the front there, okay? Ready?
There he goes.
Goodbye. Thank you.
All right. Nice job, Dave.
That was the end of day one. We got the 4 Sheephead limit. And so let me show you a little bit about what we were using. So right here, these are the kind of jigs that Seth is sponsored with currently. And this is the exact type of jig we were using. We were putting 2 fiddler crabs on a jig for those Sheepshead. All right, I'll show you the jig in a second. It says sand crab, but of course you could put fiddler crab on there, whatever. And they come in different weights and sizes. Very nice. This is the view out of one of my hotel rooms. It's like a little canal that comes in off of an arm of the bay. And of course I tried casting in there. Didn't catch anything. Saw a lot of crabs though. A lot of crabbing's being done back here. So jetty jigs, there you go. They sure worked for me today. After a good night's sleep, Seth and I met up, launched the kayaks, and started heading south, doing a little bit of trolling. And this right here is what we're trolling with. About a 5-inch artificial on a jig head. See if we can find anybody home in the marsh flats. I would say we did about 1.5 miles of pedaling to get down here to the salt marsh flats, and it was worth it because it was absolutely beautiful. And although I wasn't catching any fish in here, it's not that we didn't try. At one point it got exciting because Seth said, look over there, there's some of the wild horses. There they are. We came across to another area of the marsh. These are not little ponies, these are fairly big animals here. I would say these are horses. That is really neat. Yeah, and then you see the cars going there? That's the road that goes down the island, and right on the other side of that road to the east is the ocean. So it's just this thin strip and this marshland. And then the big bay here. Very cool. There they are. We came around a bend and here's 2 more of these horses. Beautiful horses. Beautiful. Wow. When I first came around the bend, this multicolored one here just kind of looked up at me and then decided, okay, I'm just going to keep on eating. On land, there are signs posted telling you to stay at least 40 feet away from the horses, or the ponies as they call them. You can see that we were easily that. All right, back to the fishing. Since we weren't having any luck in the salt marshes by casting and trolling, we went back to see if we could catch some more sheepshead on day 2, and or maybe some flounder, or maybe a drumfish, who knows? But look, yes sir, sure enough.
Fish on.
And here's where having the experience of a guide came in handy. I would have thought to myself, oh, okay, fish on, I can have catch 4 today, which indeed I could catch another limit of 4 on this the second day. However, Seth was smart enough to remember that I still had the other 4 that I had field dressed. I didn't fillet them out, I just gutted them and bled them, and then put them in a cooler on ice, and they were in my truck. And so if an official would have stopped me and asked me to look at my cooler, I would have had yesterday's catch and today's catch. That would have been no bueno, and I could have got fined, because how could I prove that I didn't catch all of those fish in one day? So I thought it was very, very helpful and smart that Seth gave me the heads up on that. So we let all the fish go that we caught today.
I'll let him go.
But then...
What the hell is this? Oh, it's an oyster cracker, what I call an oyster cracker. Look at that guy. Now that guy's got some jaw on him right there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you him. Wow. Hey, I noticed you aren't coming over to help with this one. I'm kidding.
Why, it's none other than a little oyster toadfish.
Let's see if we can get a look in that jaw there. Come back here a little bit. Come on, come back here. Here we go. Look at in that jaw. So you don't want to put your fingers in there. I mean, my grandpa taught me that.
Definitely not.
Let him go. So that fish there can crush through oysters and, you know, clams or whatever, right?
Yes.
All right. So fingers would be child's play for it.
I love saltwater fishing because you really never know what you're going to hook up with. Of course, some of the hookups are powerful, like this one.
Yeah. Another solid hit. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Come on. Come on there. Oh, it's a nice one. Wow, that is a nice one. Look at the fatness on that thing. Can you get it? Yep. There you go. Wow. Woo. That's a beaut.
And as I said earlier, we decided to let all of the fish go this day, at least this species, the sheepshead.
Sweet sheepshead. Nice bite.
Don't let that spike you.
No. He's ready to go apparently, all right? So here, there you go.
There we go.
Nice.
And with that, our second day ended, and it was great. Even though we didn't catch anything in the salt marshes, I loved trolling back in there. Altogether, we got about 3.8 miles of trolling, which is excellent exercise. And I got to see the very famous Assateague Island, Sheephead Island wild feral ponies, they call them. They look like horses to me, but hey, what do I know? Anyway, I'm following Matt now back over to our vehicles, and then we're going to part company, and I'm going to show you how to cook up some of these sheepshead. We've got our sheepshead home. As you can see, I started filleting them, cleaning the fish. You get a nice fillet off both sides. There's plenty of lessons on YouTube for guys that can fillet these really, really well. I just use a very sharp knife. I sharpen my knives every time before I use them. If you've got some tougher skin to go through, which these kind of have a lot of scales and they can be tough, right up in here, that first cut is the toughest one. So I like to use this little sawing blade, but everybody does their own thing. Personally, I think I'm about getting a Bubba electric knife, because I watch the guys on the dock cleaning with those and it's like zip, 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 all done. But anyway, so that's it. So I saw through this, then I take the fillet and I carefully come down along here like this, cut it off, and then clean it up. Here's what the fillets look like from one fish. We've got 4 of them to clean, but we're gonna make these fillets tonight into a delicious dish. And just in case you have some bones left in there, always have yourself a nice little, very clean little needle nose pliers, and you can just take the bones out of your fillets. If you find some, just like pull them out like this. No big deal. Okay, let's get on to the next part of the meal prep. As with all recipes, you can do it to your own taste. We look for a unique recipe we've never tried before, and so look at this one. Blackened sheep's head with basil lime cream sauce recipe. Well, we have fresh basil out in the yard, and we like a lot of citrus, and so it calls for juice of 1 lime and zest of 1/2 lime and zest of 1/2 lime. We're using the whole lime and the whole zest from the whole lime. So for us, a whole lime, okay? Let's put it together. First of all, what's this?
That's sour cream.
Okay, so sour cream, go ahead. So you're now to the sour cream. She's gonna add the zest of a whole lime. This is my wonderful wife who doesn't want to be on film except for her, putting ingredients in. That's okay. What do you got next? Juice of a whole lime going in there with the sour cream. And how much sour cream was that?
1/2 of a cup.
1/2 of a cup. And this is for 1 fish, right? We're gonna share 1 fish. We each get a fillet. Okay, that's enough for us. What's next?
And then 1.5 tablespoons of chopped basil.
1.5 tablespoons of chopped basil. There you go. And that's fresh from our garden, right? Mm-hmm. Oh man, look at that. Look at the color of that basil.
Woo!
Yes. Nothing like having a garden where you get garden fresh ingredients out of it. That's part of the fun of having fresh fish. And then what?
Then you have to whisk it.
Now you're whisking it up. Does it say for how long or just till it looks good to you?
Yeah.
I saw that fly out there. It hit me in the toe. Go ahead. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Now what's next?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it for the cream sauce.
That's it for the cream sauce. And then that gets refrigerated and put on top of the fish when it's done. And the fish is going to be blackened, right?
Right.
Okay, but we're not going to put some of the ingredients. It's calling for a jalapeno pepper. And if you like it really zesty, okay, go ahead and put all that stuff in. Put as much cayenne as you want, whatever peppers you want, go for it. We're going to make it a little on the milder side. By the way, let me explain, if I can, a little bit about how these fish got their name, Sheepshead. You got the name Sheepshead because their teeth kind of look like sheep teeth. See that? See how sheep teeth are used for grinding and stuff? Well, these teeth are used for smashing crab shells and other shells and stuff. So because they look like sheep teeth to people, they call these fish, among other names, sheep's head. Okay, buddy. Okay, so right now we're out in my garden. I want to show you something here. We have a nice garden. We can eat out of the garden. We have all kinds of tomatoes and stuff. When I fish, as much as I can help it, nothing goes to waste. So I bring the carcasses home. When I'm done cleaning them, they go in a hole 6 to 8 inches deep, and they're going to get covered over with dirt. And believe me, you cannot buy a better fertilizer than that. So, like for example, think I'm kidding you? Look at this. Look at this cucumber. All right, that's 1 cucumber, and I've got a whole bunch more coming. It just does a fabulous job. So think about it. If you have a garden, bring your fish carcasses home and throw them in the garden, cover them with dirt. As long as you have them 6 to 8 inches deep, no critter's gonna mess with them, usually. Okay, I say usually because there's exceptions to every rule. That's how I do it anyway. When you're finished covering them over, it looks like that. Doesn't look like anything's under there, right? But there's just gobs of nutrition under there, and I've done that in every one of our squares of the garden. And look at the results. There's some tomatoes. There's some more cucumbers. My trellises aren't tall enough to handle them. Same over here. So use the fish. Don't waste it. Okay, we're ready to blacken our sheep's head fillets. Here they go into the pan with some olive oil. And then what happens? We've got the herbs and spices.
Yep.
What do we got here? Cayenne pepper.
Yep.
Oh, put it on there. There you go. Just regular old cayenne pepper, crushed up cayenne peppers, right? But it's crushed. It's not like the kind you put on pizza, right? Okay. Ooh, it's gone. Gone. What's that? Garlic powder. Okay. Ooh, a liberal dose of garlic powder. Now, see, I love that. It already looks good. What's next? Paprika. Okay, that's going to turn it like a nice color. I mean, you could put almost anything you want on your fish to blacken it. We're going by the recipe. I have a feeling I'm going to put some of my favorite tagine spice on it too. What's that?
Basil.
Basil. Oh, some more basil. Okay, so that's dried, crushed basil leaves, as opposed to the fresh stuff we use in other recipes. Now what happens?
To be patient.
We be patient. Oh, that's my middle name. Okay. All right, looks like it's flipping time. Not always easy. You're lucky if you get it out in one whole piece. It has to go into fourths. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just us. You're not serving it in a fancy restaurant or anything. Oh man, the aroma is awesome. And I can tell just by looking at the texture of that fish that it's really nice. It's nice, a white, flaky fish. Kind of like a cod, halibut. Nice, very nice. You think about what these fish eat. Crabs and stuff like that, shellfish. They gotta be tasty, right? I know it's called poor man's lobster, I know, but the guys call every fish that. Good flip, Kath, good flip. Now you're gonna re-season them with spices, the same amount on the other side. You reserve half of the spices the recipe called for to put on the flip side of the fish, which is beautiful. So the cayenne pepper, in it goes. Garlic pepper, in it goes. Oh yeah, I can't. That's good. Oh, look at all that garlic powder. Wow. Now, did you put any salt and pepper on this?
I'm going to on this
Oh,
side.
I'm gonna put a little salt and pepper on this side. Okay. And that's the, I forget what that is. Paprika, right. And then some crushed dried basil. Oh, I'm telling you, the aroma just keeps getting better and better. And I know that we have a fresh garden salad waiting over there with first cucumbers of the season and first little sun sugar mini tomatoes of the season. So there went some salt. Here comes some pepper. Very satisfying to do that grinder over that fish. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Whoa. All right, next is to the plate, right? Okay. So here we go. We have the finished product. We're gonna have some rice here, some beautiful rice. We've got some fresh lime slices. We are going to have this beautiful blackened sheepshead fillet. We've got this beautiful fresh, look at this. This is fresh from the garden. Look at that. Oh, boy, with my wife's homemade dressing, which is really fabulous. Fresh tomatoes and cucumbers. And of course, we have to do this right here. We have to put some of this. This is the creme fraiche, or whatever you call it, that has the lime zest and the lime juice and sour cream. And it goes right on the fish, and I'm not gonna spare any of that. And the idea is that the cool of the sour cream mitigates some of the heat from the peppers. So we'll put that down. I'm gonna taste the fish first, of course. It's really hot. Holy smoke. Wow, is that good? I mean, wow. I'm getting the pepper, a little bit of a kick from the pepper. I got the cooling from the sour cream, and the instant hit you get is the lime flavoring, and then you get the herbs and spices on the fish, and the fish it's just fabulous. It's not fishy tasting or anything like that. So that's as good as it gets. There you go. Sheephead from the Assateague Island area, right to the table. I want to thank my guide Seth. He did a fabulous job. I'm going to put his information up there. If you ever want to go out fishing with a guy that can put you on fish, look up Seth. This is Dave Kline for RAPTR Adventures. Thanks for being with us. See you next episode.